I'm going to go ahead and create a project. It's going to be an ASP MVC project, and I am going to go to Templates, Visual, C# Web, Visual Studio 2012, and then from here I'll choose the ASP MVC4 web application, and I'm just going to give this a name of AngularJS with ASP.NET MVC. Click OK, and Internet application, I'm going to use Razor, so all of that's fine. And now I'm in my application. I'm just going to go ahead and start this to make sure everything is working with the baseline. And there we are. And then I should be able to click these and go to the different pages. Great. While we're here, I want to go ahead and show how to get the downloads. So I'm going to just go to Google. And what you want to do is AngularJS, Google Developer Reference, and hosted libraries, Google Developers. And then click AngularJS and copy this line. And then I'll go back to my development environment. Now you could download a NuGet for this, and it would download a whole bunch of Angular files, basically the whole world of Angular. But for this example, I'm not going to do that because we don't need all of that. We just need the Angular reference. And so I want to put this reference in my shared view. That's going to be in the layout. You can see here we've got various scripts and other references, and I am just going to put this right here. So I'll just paste that in. Now I've got my reference to Angular. So at this point, my application has the reference to Angular, but it's not really aware of Angular. So we're going to go ahead and add some code in that's going to basically tell the application that we are using Angular. So what I'm going to do is up here at the top, I'm going to do ng app, and I'm not going to put a name right now. So this is in my HTML tag, and then I'm going to open up my index. So I'm going to go to Home and open up this one. This is where I'm going to have my majority of the Angular code for this example that we're going to be working with. So it's basically right on the view. And to use Angular, just to do a quick demonstration, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 1 + 1. Now notice the double brackets here. And inside of there, Angular is going to process whatever I have. So to use Angular variables, just encapsulate them inside of a double bracket. Now if I play this, let's see what happens. And you can see the two right there. So that is a very quick way to demonstrate how Angular works. Now I'm going to just minimize this, and I can go ahead and do something like 5, save. And I'll bring up the website again, refresh it. And now we have 6. So let's try something a little more useful than doing that. What I can do is do an input box and show how Angular binding works and how you get a lot of functionality built in. So the first thing I want to do here, just going to erase that. I'll put this at the top. I'm going to do an input box, and I'm going to do type of text. It's adding some quotes here that I don't really want. And then I'm going to do ng model. So these ng tags that I'm using here inside of the HTML are called directives. These are Angular directives. So they start with ng dash and followed by some specific kind of directive that you want to use. And for this, I'm going to do input data. This is basically the name of a variable inside of the input tag that will capture the text I'll be typing in. And then what I can do here is just close this. And I am going to have the output of this down here. So I'll put input data right there. And I'm just going to do another line break here. Save. And if I bring back our browser, I should see the input box at the top of this text here. So our 6 is gone, and now I'm going to do hello world. And there's our binding. So I didn't have to do any kind of special wiring up. And then Angular gives me this binding to our variable, and I can simply output it here. And it's amazingly fast compared to what you might need to do with regular JavaScript or even jQuery. So when you want this kind of interaction on the UI, it's very easy to do it. So that's just a quick intro of how to do some of the client-side data bindings and using of models, and also to get your application prepped up. Now you'll notice we didn't use any kind of JavaScript files for our Angular. Not yet anyway. We just simply added in our layout to the HTML tag at the highest node this ng app. And for the simplest cases, that's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about adding any other Angular directives to make your application aware of Angular. That right there will work in a simple case. But once you start building this out, it gets a little bit more involved, and we're going to see how to do that.